The night was silent, heavy, and cold. The battlefield around the small human outpost looked like a graveyard of broken machines and burned metal. The war between humans and the alien race called Dravkurs had been going on for years, and this area was one of the most dangerous zones. But for now, everything was quiet. Inside the outpost, Ethan Hall, a human soldier, finally allowed himself to rest. He removed his armor, placed his rifle beside the bed, and lay down. His loyal dog, Rex, curled up near the door, alert even in sleep. Rex was not just a dog, he was trained to detect danger long before humans could. Ethan trusted him more than he trusted any machine. But tonight, Rex behaved differently. Deep in the night, Ethan suddenly felt movement. Rex lifted his head slowly, ears rising, nose twitching. He sniffed the air again and again, confused but focused. The dog's eyes glowed faintly in the dim light of the outpost. Ethan turned over. "What is it, boy?" he whispered. Rex did not bark. Instead, he stood up slowly, muscles tense, tail stiff. He walked to the door and pressed his nose against it. Then he growled low, deep and warning. Not loud enough to alert enemies, but clear enough to tell Ethan something was very wrong. Ethan immediately sat up. He grabbed his rifle and put on his boots. If Rex growled like that, it meant danger. Real danger. Rex scratched the metal door once. His eyes said everything. Someone outside. Someone alive. Ethan opened the door carefully. A cold wind rushed in, carrying dust and the smell of burned fuel. Rex stepped out first, his body low, nose moving fast. The night was still, but the battlefield was full of shadows. And shadows often hid enemies. Ethan followed his dog, scanning the area with his rifle. "Rex, stay close," he whispered, but Rex didn't stay close. Instead, he ran forward a few meters, then stopped suddenly near a pile of broken armor plates and crashed. Alien drones. He began barking, but not loudly. It was a strange bark, something Ethan had never heard before. It was not angry. It was not scared. It was urgent. Ethan rushed forward, heart beating fast. He aimed his rifle toward the pile. Then he froze. There, lying on the ground, half covered in dust and blood, was a Dravkor alien soldier. The same species humans had been fighting for years. The alien's armor was cracked open, glowing faintly with blue energy leaks. His breathing was weak, uneven, almost finished. Ethan stepped back instinctively. This alien should not be here. This alien should be dead. This alien was the enemy. Rex, however, did something unbelievable. He walked closer to the alien and sniffed him. The alien opened his glowing eyes slightly, eyes filled with pain, not anger. The alien raised one shaking hand toward Rex, not to attack, but almost like he was reaching for help. Ethan pointed the rifle at the alien's head. "Don't move." The alien did not fight back. He did not reach for a weapon. He simply looked at Ethan with a tired, hopeless expression. His voice came out broken and soft. "Human. Please, help." Ethan felt a shock run through his body. Dravkurs never asked humans for help. They hated humans. They called humans the weak species. And yet, this one was asking for mercy. Rex stepped between Ethan and the alien, blocking Ethan's shot. "Rex, move!" Ethan whispered harshly, but Rex refused to move. He stood there, tail down, ears back, looking at Ethan like he was begging him to stop. As if Rex knew something Ethan didn't. Ethan lowered the rifle slightly, confused. "Why, boy? Why are you protecting him?" The alien coughed painfully. Blue blood dripped down his side. "My army left me to die," the alien whispered. "I did not follow their order. I refused." Ethan didn't believe him, not fully, but something in the alien's voice felt real. Too real. Rex slowly placed his paw on Ethan's boot, a gesture he used only when he wanted Ethan to trust him completely. Ethan took a deep breath. All right, All right, I'll help. But if you try anything, the alien closed his eyes. I cannot try anything. Ethan put his rifle on safety and knelt beside the alien. The alien was heavier than he looked, but Ethan still lifted him onto his shoulder. Rex walked close, guiding them back to the outpost. Inside, Ethan placed the alien on the metal floor and began checking the wounds. The alien's breathing was weak. His armor was severely damaged. Rex sat beside the alien and didn't move, as if guarding him. Ethan shook his head. This is insane. I'm helping the enemy, he whispered. But deep inside, he knew this. Night was not normal. Something bigger was coming, something this alien might be the key to, and Rex's dog had sensed it. Before anyone else. The warning in the night was only the beginning. Inside the small human outpost, the air felt heavy. The lights flickered weakly as Ethan knelt beside the wounded alien. Rex sat close to the alien's side, watching every movement with sharp, intelligent eyes. For a moment, Ethan wondered if Rex understood something he didn't. The alien lay still, breathing slowly, each breath sounding like a quiet struggle. His armor's energy lines faded in and out, glowing blue for a second before dimming again. His skin, gray-blue with faint scales, looked cold. Ethan injected a basic stabilizer into the alien's arm, a medicine made for humans, not aliens. But it was the only thing he had. The alien winced, then opened his eyes again. You saved me, he whispered. Ethan shook his head. I saved you because of him, he said, pointing at Rex. Don't think I trust you. The alien slowly turned his head toward Rex. The dog tilted his head as if studying the alien. Rex's ears moved forward slightly, not aggressive, not scared, curious. The alien gave the smallest smile, weak and tired. I understand, he whispered. Dogs. Loyal, but wise. Ethan frowned. How did he know anything about dogs? The alien continued softly. We study humans. We know you fight for those you care about, and your companion is special. Ethan didn't like how much the alien seemed to know. Before he could answer, Rex stood up again. The dog walked to the door, sniffed the bottom of it, then growled. The same low warning from earlier. Ethan's body stiffened. What now? Rex growled again, louder this time. The alien swallowed hard. They will come. Ethan's eyes narrowed. Who? My unit. His voice cracked. They don't allow weakness. They don't allow mercy. If they learn I failed to follow their order, they will kill me, and you. N stepped closer. What order? The alien looked away, ashamed. We were told to attack a human village nearby. To destroy it. He hesitated. I refused. Ethan felt a punch of shock. Dravkurs never refused violence. They were known across the galaxy for following commands without question. You refused to attack civilians? Ethan asked slowly. The alien nodded weakly. Children, elders, no honor in killing them. I said no. Ethan didn't know what to say. He had spent years fighting this species, years hearing stories about their cruelty. And now an enemy soldier lay in his outpost, claiming he had risked his life to save humans. It didn't make sense. Rex barked sharply, pulling Ethan out of his thoughts. He checked the scanner on the wall. His heart dropped. Multiple heat signatures appeared at the edge of the battlefield, slowly moving. Scanning, creeping closer, alien patrol. He rushed to the window. In the distance, faint purple lights flickered, the glow of Dravkor scout drones. They're searching for you. Ethan muttered. The alien nodded with difficulty. They saw my life signal disappear. They think I died. But if they find any trace, any hint, they will know a human helped me. Rex barked again, running to the alien, nudging his arm gently. It was like Rex was telling him to get up, but the alien couldn't. He tried to push himself up, but his body trembled. He collapsed again. and not walk, he admitted. Shame filled his voice. My leg, broken. Ethan exhaled sharply. He had two choices. 1. Leave the alien here to die and save himself. 2. Carry the alien and escape, risking his own life. Ethan looked at Rex. The dog didn't hesitate. He ran to the emergency pack, grabbed the strap with his teeth, and pulled it toward Ethan. Ethan stared at Rex. You want me to help him escape? Rex barked once. Firm, certain. Ethan almost laughed in disbelief. Fine, he sighed. But if he betrays us, I swear. The alien cut him off, voice soft but firm. I will not betray you. You saved me when even my own people would not. Ethan grabbed a portable stretcher and tried to lift the alien onto it. The alien groaned in pain but didn't resist. Rex took the front rope of the stretcher in his mouth, ready to pull if needed. Then a sudden boom shook the ground. Ethan's heart stopped. Outside, a purple flare exploded in the sky. The alien's eyes widened in fear. That is a locator flare. They have my position. Rex barked wildly, running in circles, urging Ethan to move. Ethan threw open the door, grabbed the stretcher, and Rex led the way into the darkness. Behind them, shadows moved through the battlefield, Dravkar soldiers arriving fast. Ethan looked back once. Their glowing armor shined like predators in the night. He whispered to Rex, Run, boy! Run fast! Rex barked once and sprinted ahead, guiding them through broken trenches and destroyed vehicles. The alien whispered weakly, Why? Are you helping me? Ethan answered without looking back, Because my dog trusted you before I did. And that answer shocked the alien more than the battlefield exploding behind them. The night grew darker as Ethan, Rex, and the injured alien moved through the ruined battlefield. The distant purple glow of Dravkar soldiers spread across the horizon like hunters searching for lost prey. Each second felt heavier, like the darkness itself was chasing them. Rex ran ahead, stopping every few steps to look back and make sure Ethan and the alien were still behind him. His glowing collar light flickered with every movement, guiding them like a tiny star. The alien breathed sharply with every bump of the stretcher. His body trembled, but his eyes stayed alert. He kept scanning the shadows, expecting his people to appear any moment. Ethan whispered, Stay with me. We're not safe yet. The alien nodded weakly. I know. But there is something I must tell you. Ethan kept walking, tightening his grip. Tell me later. Right now, we need to move, but the alien shook his head slowly. There may be no later. Ethan stopped for a moment. Rex barked softly, urging them not to stay in one place too long. The alien took a deep, shaky breath. There is something your command must know. Ethan frowned. What? The alien reached toward his chest armor. His fingers shook as he pressed a hidden latch. With a small click, a small compartment opened, revealing a glowing blue data chip, tiny but pulsing with immense power. Take it, the alien whispered. Ethan hesitated. What is this? The alien's voice dropped to a fearful whisper. It contains the plan for a massive attack. Much bigger than anything you know. Ethan carefully picked up the chip. What kind of attack? The alien closed his eyes for a moment as if remembering something painful. When he opened them again, they were filled with fear, not for himself, but for humans. My people, he said slowly, are planning a strike on your main colonies. 3 planets at once. He swallowed hard. In 72 hours, Ethan froze. He felt the blood drain from his face. 3 planets? At the same time? The alien nodded. Ethan looked at the chip again. His hand shook slightly. How do I know this isn't a trick? The alien did not get angry. He didn't argue. He simply looked at Ethan with exhaustion and truth. If I wanted you dead, I would not be dying in your arms. he whispered. Rex came closer and sniffed the data chip. He didn't growl. He didn't bark. He simply sat down calm, as if confirming the alien was telling the truth. Ethan looked at Rex. You believe him? 2. Rex wagged his tail once. The alien continued, voice weak but urgent. This attack, it will end everything. Your fleet will not be ready. Your defenses will not hold. Millions will die. Ethan's mind raced. How do I send this to command? The alien looked up the mountain slope ahead. There is an ancient human relay tower there, old but still functional. If we reach it, you can send this data to your fleet. Ethan stared at the dark mountain. The tower was at least 2 hours away, uphill, with enemy patrols crawling everywhere. Suddenly, Rex growled again. Deep, warning. Ethan turned quickly. 3 glowing purple orbs appeared in the far distance. Dravker drones. They were searching information, scanning the ground with bright beams. The alien's breath stopped. They found the trail. Ethan cursed it under his breath. They're tracking your blood. Without warning, Rex snatched the front rope of the stretcher in his teeth and pulled, urging them forward. Ethan squeezed the alien's shoulder. Hold on, we're moving. The alien grabbed Ethan's arm weakly. Wait, there is more. Ethan almost shouted. What more could there be? The alien's voice shook. If I die, the drones will lose interest in me. But you and your dog, you will still be hunted. Ethan stared at him in horror. Why? The alien answered, with a truth Ethan wasn't ready for. Because my people think your dog is dangerous. Ethan blinked in confusion. What, Rex? Dangerous? He's a dog. But the alien shook his head. To us, he is something else. He is a creature that senses truth, something we fear, something we cannot understand. Ethan felt the world tilt. My dog senses truth? The alien nodded weakly. Our scanners show nothing special. No mutation, no enhancement, but he sees lies. He detects fear. He knows who will attack before they even decide. He took a shaking breath. That is why your command uses dogs like him in war, and that is why my people want him dead. Ethan looked at Rex with new eyes. Rex looked back, calm, steady, loyal, ready to die for his human. The alien whispered. He saved me because he knew I told the truth. And now, he will save you too. Before Ethan could respond, a bright purple search beam sliced through the darkness. Drones were now less than a kilometer away. The alien squeezed Ethan's hand one last time. Reach the tower. Save your people. And with that, Rex barked, loud, urgent, signaling they had to move now. The chase for the truth had begun. The cold wind blew harder as Ethan, Rex, and the wounded alien climbed the rocky path leading to the mountain. Each step felt heavier than the last. The sky above was filled with silent clouds, hiding the stars and making the world feel smaller, darker, and more dangerous. Behind them, purple flashes lit up the battlefield, alien drones sweeping the area. They were getting closer. Too close. Rex suddenly stopped and growled, his body lowering to the ground. His ears flicked back. His tail stiffened. Ethan's heart slammed against his chest. What is it, boy? Rex barked once, short, sharp, urgent. The alien answered before Ethan could understand. Foot soldiers, 2 squads, they are spreading out. Ethan clenched his jaw. They're hunting us. The alien nodded weakly. They want the chip, and they want me silenced. Ethan tightened his grip on the stretcher rope. We need to move faster, but the alien shook his head. My leg. It is broken. I cannot run. We don't need you to run, Ethan said. Just stay alive. Rex tugged the stretcher forward again, barking urgently as he guided them toward a narrow gorge between 2 massive rocks. But as they entered the gorge, a faint hum echoed above them. Ethan froze. That sound. It was too familiar. A Dravkar. Scout drone flew overhead, scanning the ground with a bright purple light. The beam crawled up the walls, searching for movement. Rex immediately pressed himself flat against the ground and gave a soft yelp, a warning for Ethan to hide too. Ethan pulled the stretcher close to the wall and covered the alien with his body. The purple beam passed over them. Slow. Ethan held his breath. The alien closed his eyes. Rex didn't even blink. And then, the beam moved on. The drone hummed away, heading further down the gorge. Ethan exhaled shakily. That was too close. Rex barked softly, like he agreed. They continued deeper into the gorge. The walls became tighter, almost closing in. It was dark, cold, and the only sound was their footsteps and the alien's weak breathing. Ethan whispered, "How long until your soldiers reach this area?" The alien responded without opening his eyes, "Minutes. Maybe less." Ethan looked at Rex. "Boy, we need another path." "A faster one." Rex sniffed the air, then ran ahead. He disappeared behind a curve for a few seconds. Then, bark, bark. 2 sharp barks. A signal Rex used only when he had found a safe route. Ethan quickened his pace. Rex stood at the edge of a narrow rocky slope leading downward. It was steep and dangerous, scattered with loose stones. But it was a shortcut, Ethan muttered. "You want us to climb down that?" Rex barked once, confident. The alien opened his eyes weakly. "Your dog, he sees paths we do not." Ethan smirked. "Yeah, he always does." Ethan carefully lowered the stretcher down the rocky slope, using the rope to slow the descent. Rex went first, checking each step for safety. Halfway down, the alien suddenly grabbed Ethan's sleeve. His eyes widened with fear. "Stop," Ethan froze. "What now?" "They are close," the alien whispered. "Very close." Ethan listened. At first he heard nothing, but then footsteps, heavy ones. Metal armor brushing against rocks. Several voices speaking in a strange, sharp alien language. Ethan's stomach tightened. Rex's fur rose on his back. He growled again, deep, angry, protective. Ethan pulled the wounded alien behind a large boulder and crouched beside him. "Stay quiet." In the distance, shadows appeared. Tall, armored Dravkar soldiers marched through the gorge. Their glowing spears pulsed with deadly blue light. One of them stopped and knelt. He touched the ground. Ethan's breath caught. Alien whispered, "He is a tracker. He can smell my blood." The tracker sniffed the air slowly. Then his head snapped toward their hiding place. Ethan whispered, "No, no." Rex suddenly stood in front of Ethan and the alien, his teeth bared. The tracker began walking toward them. The alien muttered, "They will kill you," but Ethan wasn't ready to die. Not yet. Not when millions of lives depended on the chip. He carried. Ethan held his gun tight, ready to shoot. The tracker soldier came closer. 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 Rex growled louder. Just then a loud rockslide thundered down the far end of the gorge. Everyone turned at once. Rex looked up at Ethan and wagged his tail once. Ethan blinked. "Wait, did you cause that, boy?" Rex had knocked loose a stone earlier. The falling rocks had triggered a bigger collapse. Dust filled the air. The tracker and his squad rushed toward the noise. Ethan whispered, "Smart dog, very smart." The alien looked at Rex in amazement. "This creature is more dangerous than any weapon," Ethan smiled proudly. "He's my partner." With the soldiers distracted, they continued down the slope. When they reached the bottom, Ethan saw something that made him stop. In the distance, beyond the rocks and trees, stood an ancient tower rising into the night sky, half broken, half alive with old lights flickering. "The relay tower." Hope. Ethan whispered, "We're close, just one more push." "But..." The alien's voice was shaky. "They will come again, stronger, faster." Rex barked sharply, his warning voice. Once again, Ethan gripped the stretcher rope. "They can come, he said. But they won't stop us. Because now, both the human and the alien were trusting the same thing, the dog who sensed danger. And truth. The ancient relay tower stood like a lonely ghost in the distance, half broken, leaning slightly but still glowing with faint human lights. It was the only hope Ethan had left. If he didn't deliver the data chip in time, millions would die. But between him and that tower lay a forest filled with enemies. Rex sniffed the air and barked once, a warning that something moved in. The shadows, the sound echoed through the dead trees. The alien soldier, still lying on the stretcher, turned his head toward the forest with growing fear. "They're not far," he whispered. "They are using thermal scans. They know I am." Alive, Ethan tightened his jaw. "Then we keep moving." They stepped into the forest. The trees were tall, with twisted black bark and burned leaves from old battles. Strange insects buzzed. The wind carried the smell of metal and ash. Rex walked ahead carefully, tail stiff, scanning everything. Every few seconds he would stop, stare into the darkness, then signal Ethan to move forward. Ethan trusted Rex more than any sensor, but suddenly, a sharp click echoed behind them. Ethan spun around. A Dravkar scout drone had landed silently on a branch. Its purple lens focused directly on Ethan, and the alien. Rex growled. The drone sent out a soft beep, sending their coordinates to the enemy. Ethan cursed, raised his rifle, and fired. Boom! The drone exploded in a burst of purple sparks, but it was too late. The alien whispered weakly, "They know where we are. A strike team is coming." Ethan dragged the stretcher faster through the forest, sweat dripping down his face. His muscles burned from carrying the alien for so long, but he didn't stop. Not for a second. Rex barked twice, urgent, loud. The alien's eyes widened. "He senses something." Ethan looked around. "What is it, boy?" Rex ran toward a large fallen tree. He barked at the ground beneath it, then began scraping the soil with his paws. The alien's voice shook. "He found something hidden." Ethan kneeled and brushed aside the leaves. His eyes widened. Beneath the fallen tree was a small underground entrance, a half-collapsed bunker. The alien whispered with shock, "That is Dravkar tech, a hidden supply node. My people built these for scouting missions." Ethan stared at him. "You're telling me there's something useful in there?" The alien nodded, breathing hard. "Yes, tools. Weapons, maybe even a jammer." Ethan didn't trust alien tech, but he trusted Rex. "All right," Ethan said. "Show me." The alien struggled to sit up. "No, I cannot enter. The entrance requires a Dravkar's genetic print. Use my hand." Ethan supported him and pressed the alien's hand to a glowing panel. The bunker door opened with a hiss. Inside, faint lights flickered on, revealing shelves of strange devices, energy cells, and small crystal cubes. Ethan entered carefully. Rex followed, sniffing everything. The alien whispered from outside, "Look for a cube with a blue core. It can jam all enemy scans for 10 minutes. Ethan found it, a glowing cube the size of a lemon, and carried it outside. The alien touched the cube weakly. "It must be activated with my blood." Ethan looked confused. "Your blood?" The alien nodded. "A single drop." He managed to raise his hand and let one drop of blue blood fall on the cube. Suddenly the cube lit up. A wave of energy rippled outward silently. Rex's ears perked up. Ethan felt the hair on his arms rise. The alien whispered, "For 10 minutes. They cannot see us." Ethan shoved the cube into his pack. "Good, then let's move now." But as they exited the bunker, Rex barked again, this time with panic. Ethan froze. 3 Dravkar soldiers dropped from the trees like shadows, their glowing spears aimed straight at Ethan's chest. The alien gasped. "They brought an elite unit." These soldiers were larger, faster, stronger. The best of their species. Ethan aimed his rifle. Rex bared his teeth, growling louder than ever. The lead soldier spoke with disgust. "You betray your own kind for a human." The wounded alien lifted his head, eyes blazing with pain and defiance. "I betray murder, not honor." The soldier roared and lunged forward. Ethan fired. Rex attacked the second soldier. The forest exploded with noise. Ethan ducked under a glowing spear, barely avoiding a lethal strike. Rex latched onto a soldier's arm, dragging him down. The alien, despite his broken leg, grabbed a fallen spear and stabbed it into the third soldier's leg. Trees shook, sparks flew. Shouts echoed. Ethan fired again, this time hitting the elite soldier's chest armor. The alien spear glowed and discharged energy. The soldier screamed and fell. The others retreated. Wounded. Ethan pulled the alien back onto the stretcher, breathing hard. "You saved us," Ethan whispered. The alien's eyes softened. "No. Your dog saved us. And you saved me. We are a team now." Rex barked once, proud and fierce. Ethan looked at the relay tower through the trees. "We're almost there," but the alien's voice filled with dread. "My people will send more, stronger soldiers. They will not stop." Ethan placed his hand on the alien's shoulder. "They can send an army. We're still going." Rex led the way, fearless, as the three unlikely allies prepared for their final push toward the tower that could save humanity. The climb toward the relay tower grew steeper, darker and colder. The forest thinned out, replaced by sharp rocks and narrow paths that clung to the mountainside like fragile threads. The wind howled against the cliffs, carrying the distant sounds of approaching danger, metal footsteps, drone wings, and alien war calls spreading through the night like a storm. Ethan could feel the enemy closing in. Rex stayed ahead, ears forward, tail stiff, reading every sound, every vibration in the ground. His movements were sharp and focused. He wasn't just guiding them. He was protecting them. Behind Ethan, the wounded alien struggled to breathe. His skin was losing color. His armor lights dimmed further. Every bump made him wince with pain. Ethan looked back. "You're fading fast." The alien gave a weak smile. "Maybe, but I must see you reach the tower." Ethan tightened his grip on the stretcher rope. "You're going to live, understand? We didn't come this far to lose you now." The alien's eyes softened, surprised by the human's stubborn hope. But Rex suddenly barked, loud, sharp, commanding. Ethan's heart slammed in fear. "What now, boy?" Rex growled, pulling Ethan toward a crack between boulders. It was narrow, but just wide enough for a human and a dog to slip through. The alien whispered urgently. "He senses danger again." "Something big." Ethan pressed his ear to the rock. Silence. Then heavy stomping. Not footsteps. Something larger. Ethan peered around the rock and froze. A massive Dravkor's war beast marched up the slope. Its metal armor glowed purple. Its jaws dripped with energy steam. And riding on its back were two elite soldiers holding spear cannons. The alien whispered with horror. "Void hounds. They send them only when they want nothing left alive." The beast sniffed the air, then let out a bone-shaking roar. Rex barked. Back, not afraid, but angry. Ethan whispered fiercely, "Rex, no, don't provoke it." But it was too late. The Voidhound turned its head sharply toward their hiding spot. It had smelled Rex. The alien whispered in fear. "They want your dog most of all. They fear what he can see." Ethan clenched his fists. He isn't going anywhere. The Voidhound charged. The ground trembled. Rocks shattered. The soldiers on its back fired spear cannons that crackled through the air. Ethan pulled the stretcher and ran deeper into the crack, but the way narrowed. The stretcher was too wide. "We can't take him through." Ethan shouted. The alien grabbed Ethan's arm. "Leave me. Save your dog. Save yourself." Ethan glared at him. "I'm not leaving anyone." Rex barked sharply, one high, quick bark, the sound he used only when he had a plan. He sprinted out from the crack, teeth bared. "No!" Ethan shouted, but Rex didn't stop. He ran toward the Void Hound, zigzagging between rocks with impossible speed. The beast swung its huge claws, missing by inches. The soldiers aimed their cannons, but Rex slipped past each shot. He was drawing the enemy away. The alien whispered in awe. "He sacrifices himself for us." Ethan's throat tightened. "Rex, come back!" But Rex didn't come back. He led the Void Hound toward the edge of the cliff. Ethan watched in horror as the beast chased his dog along the narrow path. Ethan felt his heart break. The alien reached out weakly. "Your dog is buying time. We must move now." Ethan wiped his eyes, swallowed the pain, and pulled the stretcher toward the other exit of the crack. But halfway through the path, boom! A spear cannon struck the rocks above them. Stone fragments rained down, slicing Ethan's arms and face. Another explosion hit. The path ahead collapsed. They were trapped. The alien coughed blood. "This is the end." "No," Ethan whispered. "It's not." He looked up the shattered slope. The path was destroyed. But not impossible. He could climb it. He could carry the alien. But only if someone distracted the enemy again. And then, from the cliffs above, Rex appeared, bleeding, exhausted, limping, but alive. He had climbed around the enemy and returned. Ethan choked out a breath, relief flooding his chest. "Rex! Boy, you made it." But Rex wasn't coming for comfort. He barked again, furious, loud. He was warning Ethan. The Void Hound had returned for them. Ethan grabbed the alien, pulled him onto his shoulders, and began climbing the shattered slope. Rex climbed beside him, pushing with his head whenever Ethan slipped. The Void Hound roared, charging up the slope behind them. The alien whispered in despair, "We cannot outrun it." Ethan refused to accept that. "Then we don't run." They reached a narrow ledge. The Void Hound lunged. Ethan braced for death, but Rex leaped, slamming into the beast's snout, knocking it off balance. The Void Hound slipped. Its claws scraped the rock. Its rider screamed. And the massive creature fell, crashing down the mountain. Silence. Rex collapsed beside Ethan, breathing heavily. Ethan grabbed him, tears in his eyes. "You saved us." "Again," the alien whispered. "He is more brave than any warrior I have known." Ethan looked toward the top of the mountain. The relay tower was close, but so was death. And now, every Dravkor soldier in the region had heard the Void Hounds fall. They were coming. All of them. Ethan wiped his face, lifted the alien again, and whispered, "Rex, lead the way." Rex stood, weak but determined. And together, the human, the alien, and the brave dog began the final climb toward the tower that could save humanity. The last stretch of the climb felt endless. Ethan's legs shook with every step. His arms burned from carrying the alien's weight. His lungs screamed for air. But he refused to stop. Rex walked beside him, limping, bleeding, exhausted, yet never giving up. His eyes were dull from fatigue, but his spirit was unbroken. Above them, the old human relay tower rose into the sky like a silent guardian. Its lights flickered weakly, powered by ancient systems that somehow still worked. It was close. So close, but behind them, the mountain rumbled. Ethan looked down. Dozens of purple lights moved through the darkness. An entire Dravkor strike force was climbing after them. The alien whispered weakly from Ethan's shoulders, "They are coming. All of them. They know you have the data." Ethan tightened his grip on him. "Then we send it before they reach." "US." Rex barked once short, sharp agreeing. they reached the metal steps leading to the tower's entrance. Ethan kicked open the rusted door and dragged the alien inside. The air smelled like dust and old machines. Blue lights flickered along the walls. Ethan carried the alien to the main console, a cracked, ancient screen with broken panels and wires hanging out. "This thing better work," Ethan muttered. The alien pointed to a slot. "Insert the chip." There. Ethan pushed the glowing blue chip into the port. A low hum filled the room, followed by a flicker of light. The console came alive. The alien whispered in awe, "It still works." After all these years, Ethan's heart raced. Good, now send the warning. But then, a loud boom shook the tower. Ethan whipped around. The Dravkar soldiers had reached the base of the tower. The alien's eyes widened. They will break in soon. Their leader is with them. Ethan knew what that meant. No mercy. No survivors. No escape. He looked at Rex. The brave dog stared back, ready for anything despite his wounds. Rex barked one long bark, the kind he used when he was ready to fight until the end. Ethan kneeled beside him and whispered, "Not this time, boy. You've done enough." But Rex growled softly, refusing to leave his side. The alien spoke suddenly, voice filled with urgency. "Ethan, I must tell you something." Ethan turned. "What?" The alien struggled as if the truth itself weighed heavy on his soul. "I was sent here with orders to kill humans, to destroy your settlements." He paused. "But when I saw your people, your families, your children, I could not do it." Ethan didn't know what to say. The alien continued. "I refused. And for that, my own army hunted me like an animal." Another explosion hit the tower. Dust rained from the ceiling. Ethan shouted toward the alien, "Send the message, we don't have time." The alien nodded weakly and began tapping commands. With trembling fingers, the console buzzed. Lights turned green. He whispered, "It is almost sent. Almost." Suddenly, the tower door exploded open. A huge Dravkar commander stepped inside, his armor glowing with deep purple energy. His face twisted in rage. He raised his energy spear and shouted, "Traitor, you will die first." Ethan aimed his rifle. Rex growled fiercely. The alien lifted his head and stared at his commander with fearless eyes. "I saved lives tonight," he said. "That is more honor than you will ever know." The commander roared and charged forward. Ethan fired. The bullets ricocheted off the commander's armor. Rex leaped at him. But the commander grabbed Rex by the neck and threw him aside. "No!" Ethan shouted. Rex hit the metal wall with a painful yelp. Ethan's rage exploded. He charged at the commander with everything he had, but the alien grabbed Ethan's arm, stopping him. "No," the alien whispered. "This fight is mine." With the last of his strength, the wounded alien picked up a fallen spear. His hands shook. His body trembled. But his eyes were steady. The commander snarled, "You dare fight me, Broken One?" The alien nodded weakly. "For them, I do." The commander attacked first. The alien barely blocked, sparks flying everywhere. Ethan tried to help, but Rex barked weakly, stopping him. It was the alien's battle. His redemption. The fight was brutal. The alien was too weak. The commander was too strong. With a final swing, the commander stabbed the alien through the chest. Ethan screamed, "Nitrogen monoxide!" The alien, coughing blood, grabbed the commander's arm and whispered, "You already lost." He pressed a button on the console behind him. Message sent. The tower lights flashed. Bright blue. Human command received the data. The alien collapsed, falling into Ethan's arms. Outside, human warships began appearing in the sky faster than lightning. The commander saw the blue signal and roared in rage. But before he could attack, Rex, bleeding and broken, used the last of his strength to leap and bite the commander's throat. The commander screamed and stumbled backward, falling down the open tower shaft. Gone. Rex collapsed beside Ethan. Ethan dropped to his knees between the two who had saved his life and his world. The alien smiled weakly. You saved your people. You saved them too, Ethan whispered. The alien closed his eyes. Maybe, someday, our species will fight beside each other. His chest rose once and fell. He was gone. Ethan placed a hand on the alien's forehead and whispered, "You died a hero." Then he turned to Rex, lifting the dog gently into his arms. Rex weakly licked Ethan's hand. Human dropships landed outside. Soldiers